at Kino.
Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and this is every single Treyarch map ranked from worst to best. Now, keep in mind that this is my personal opinions, but I want you guys to comment down your top 10 favorite maps down below in the comment section. We'll see if you guys are similar to my list as well. Now, one other thing to keep in mind is I love Treyarch zombies. I've been playing since Noct released with World at War, and I've been playing zombies pretty much non-stop with the occasional multiplayer here and there. So just because the map is ranked low, it doesn't mean I dislike the map. It could mean that I really enjoy the map, but personally it just doesn't do it for me compared to other maps. So just keep that in mind when you guys are watching the video. And one last thing, if you guys want to get some G Fuel, it's going to be code GregFPS. Right now it's 30% off, and that goes away tomorrow, so make sure that you guys pick it up today if you are interested in getting some G Fuel. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into the list. All right, guys, coming in at the 29th spot as the worst map in Treyarch Zombies history, it is going to be Nuketown. Now, you guys might be wondering why I don't like Nuketown or why it's so low. The main reason it's so low for me is because this map doesn't really offer anything besides killing zombies and getting the basic perks and surviving. Other than that, you have Samantha's Easter egg, which I wouldn't even consider a full-fledged Easter egg song, and you basically just hit the box and get the essential 4 perks and then pack a punch. And the game gets really boring for me once you start going to the higher rounds, so for that reason, it comes in at the 29th spot. Coming in next on the list is going to be DLC 2 from World at War, and that is Sheno Numa. Now, the reason I put this map here is because it did fairly do a good job of innovating, but it wasn't something that was truly exceptional or amazing. It had the Wonder Waff, it had movable perks, which was nice, and even the Flogger was a really cool trap that was new, and it introduced that, as well as the zip line. So for that, I'm going to put it here down at the bottom of the list. It didn't really innovate too much. And also the Black Ops 3 version of Sheno Numa is honestly not very good in my opinion. Probably the worst of the Chronicles maps. So it comes in here at the 28th spot. Alright guys, next up on the list is going to be another World at War map, and that is Verupt. Now personally, I think that this map is a very, very good challenge map. If you want to, really test your ability, then you can definitely play Verupt and have a good time playing it. It was the first map to introduce the 4 perks, and the main reason I put this map so low on the list is because there's really not any good training spots unless you're doing like a first room challenge or you want to train down in the room with like the Thompson wall-by. But other than that, this map is primarily for camping if you're just a normal zombies player like me. And if you don't spawn on the quick revive side of the map, then you're not going to be able to camp over next to the kitchen unless you end up going all the way back around through the map, which in my opinion is kind of disappointing that there's not really that many good camping spots either. So for that reason, it comes in here at the back end of the list. All right, guys, next up on the list is going to be Transit. Now, as you guys know, this is widely regarded as one of the worst maps in Treyarch Zombies for a lot of people. And personally, I think that this map definitely gets way more hate than it deserves. It's a very, very fun map, and broken down to like town and things like that, this map can bring a ton of fun to people. Having Ted on the bus is a really, really cool thing, and having all the buildables introduced on this map I think was a really, really good idea, but it just wasn't executed properly by Treyarch, and that's why it comes in here at the 26th spot on the list. All right, guys, next up is going to be Die Rise. Now, I personally think that this map is very, very fun. A lot of people don't like it because they're simply not good at the map. Once you learn the flow of the map and you understand where everything is, it can be a ton of fun, especially jumping from building to building. Who's Who is actually a fairly decent perk, and overall having the trample steam, the Easter eggs so easy and fun and fast. So there's so many good things that I really like about Dire Eyes. Even the Sliquifier is one of the best wonder weapons, but since I feel like it's missing a little bit of innovation, it didn't really have too much, and the elevators can be a little bit annoying. It's going to come in here at the 25th spot. Coming in at the 24th spot is going to be the second hardest map in Call of Duty Zombies, just behind Verupt, and that is going to be 5. Now, in my opinion, 5 is a fantastic example of a survival map. You have the surviving aspect of it, which is very hard. You have the Pentagon Thief, which can make things even harder for you by taking your weapons, but also if you kill him, you can get rewarded greatly by pack punching for 1,000 points with a bonfire sale. So overall, I think that this map is not only hard, it challenged players, and it was such a popular public map to play as well in public matches, and people still play it to this day in Black Ops 1. So for that, I'm going to put it here on the list. I just think it's really fun to play overall. Coming in at the 23rd spot is going to be Nocturne. Now, a lot of people got mad at me last time I made one of these lists because I put it towards a little bit further back. And since that and playing it on Chronicles, I've kind of come to appreciate this map in a different way. It was the first map. I played it when I beat the campaign in World at War, and I really enjoyed it back then, and it was something brand new. And after getting so many other maps and you go back, you just realize how special of a map it was. It didn't have the bells and whistles of all the other maps, but it was so bare bones and so difficult, and that's what made it special. So that's why it comes in here on the list at number 23. All right, guys, next up on the list is going to be Blood of the Dead. Now, I realize a lot of people are going to disagree with this map being so low, and let me explain myself. First of all, being a massive Mob of the Dead fan, you guys already know where it's going to be on the list. I was extremely disappointed by this map. It has so many good things, but it was not implemented well. Having to use the shield for pretty much the entire Easter egg is very drawn out and boring. Even the boss fight is boring. It's just a big Brutus, and it's pretty much the same thing, although it has probably the best cutscene of all time. When you beat the Easter egg, this map still just was not implemented well. There should have been the Golden Gate Bridge. That should have been a huge integral part of this map. It would have made the Easter egg so much better, and I'm just sick of using the shield and shield blast for the entire thing. I think they did a few things okay, but it just was not up to par with previous maps, and I was very disappointed, along with a lot of people in the zombies community. Next up on the list is going to be ShangriLa. Now, the reason that it's here on the list is because for most average zombies players, it's one of the hardest maps for a lot of people, especially when you're just getting used to zombies in the beginning. I think that this map overall, it has a lot of really cool aspects, like the monkeys stealing drops so you could change them and possibly get a free perk, and also the wonder weapon, the 3179 JGB 215 is my personal favorite wonder weapon. It's so unique and so interesting, shooting the Fountain of Youth at zombies created by Maxis and kicking babies. It sounds bad, but it's really fun, and I had to struggle with myself to put it so low on the list because even the Easter egg is very fun, and it's a classic Easter egg. But for me, I have to put it here at the number 21 spot. Otherwise, people would crucify me if it was any higher. So that's where it comes in on the list. All right, guys, coming in at the 20th spot is a very good survival map, and that is going to be Classified. Now, Classified, in my opinion, is what 5 was, but a little bit better for a couple different reasons. First of all, you have the added additions, especially going to Area 51 to Pack-a-Punch. Super cool. And you can also get the Winter's Howl. The Winter's Howl is a lot better than the 5 version. And also, when you teleport, You can also get the different areas of where you're actually going to go. Are you going to go up top in the offices? Are you going to go in the middle where the computers and servers are? Or are you going to go down in the lab? And having that distinction on the teleporter made it very, very nice to know exactly where you're going to be going. So for that, I really do like it. Now, I really wish the Pentagon Thief was on this map because it would have been so good. It would have been probably one of my favorite maps all time if the Pentagon Thief was still on the map. But 5 and Classified are so similar where Classified's fairly hard even though it's in Black Ops 4, which makes pretty much everything easy. But having the Project Scatty Easter egg is really cool, but the round 150 Easter egg is kind of lame and not a lot of people even went for it. So that's why it comes in at the 20th spot. Coming in at the 19th spot is going to be the first Black Ops 3 map on this list, and that is going to be Zetsubou No Shima. Now, personally, I think that this map is fun. I really do love a lot of the aspects of the map. Having spiders, which is super unique, in a remote island in the Pacific. You have the KT4 and the Masamune. Those wonder weapons are so fun to use, and it really is a fun map to play. Thrashers are my biggest problem with this map. They are really annoying, especially when they just spawn out of nowhere or a bunch of them spawn. Even though they're not super hard to kill, they can get in the way and cause some problems. And also, I really think the Easter egg is kind of lame. You're literally getting 3 cogs, one of which you have to use a gobblegum anywhere but there to get it. I just don't think there was too much thought put into this Easter egg. Having to do the challenges is probably the biggest problem of them all. So for that, this map comes in at the number 19th spot. Next up on the list is going to be Alpha Omega. Now, personally, I think that this map is a lot of fun, especially the Easter egg implementing the Avogadro. All the different steps are really cool. A bunch of tiebacks like the Pentagon Thief getting interrogated there and all that sort of stuff. And then you have Cornelius Purnell being the Avogadro. It just ties so much from the old storyline in World at War back to today. And I thought it was a great way to kind of start the end of the Aether. But personally, I think that this map deserves to be kind of low because the Easter egg can be completed so quickly. It's about 30 minutes. But other than that, Rushmore is by far my favorite interactable person ever in Zombies. He has so many memorable American quotes, America, and dude, it's just great. I just love the different things because that's what America does. We win at the end of the Easter egg. I mean, he's just such a cool character, and I love the little jokes and puns he has as well. So for that, Alpha Omega comes in at the 18th spot. I really do like the map overall though. Coming in next up on the list is going to be Ascension. Now this map really innovated so much. We had PhD, we had Stamina Up, which are 2 of my favorite perks. They're really good perks. And overall, it had the first Easter egg ever in Zombies as well, where you get a 90-second death machine. It would turn black and white at the start of the game, and there was so many great things about this map, and I thought it was really fun. But once you start getting into the later rounds, it starts becoming the same thing over and over. Now, for high rounds, this is probably the easiest map for a lot of people, and this is probably one of the most played maps just because of the high rounds, especially in Black Ops 3, but a lot of Black Ops 1 players, I see them playing this map all the time. So for that, it's going to be here at the middle of the road. I think that's a fairly good spot for this map, and it comes in here at the number 17th spot. All right, guys, next up on the list is going to be Buried. Now, I struggled to put this one here for this list. I think that Buried is such a phenomenal map, especially the Easter egg. It's so fun having the different sides and the end games as well. And Arthur breaking open barriers is really cool. And it also has my favorite Easter egg step of all time, which is Sharpshooter. I think that it's such a good, step for an Easter egg. It's so hard and you have to work as a team to complete the Easter egg. I really love that aspect of this map. And I think time bombs are cool. The paralyzer is really cool. Having all the different traps like the head chopper the subsurface resonator with the turbine. I mean, this map had so many cool things, and Vulture Aid, again, an amazing perk as well. I had to struggle to put this one here on the list, guys, but it's definitely a very, very good map, and it comes in at the number 16th spot. Coming in at the number 15th spot is going to be Tag der Toten. Now, I know a lot of people are definitely going to disagree with this, and I can understand why. I think that this map was just so special in a way, but also so disappointing. It added a lot of really cool things, and I personally love Call of the Dead, so I really, really liked how they tied everything together. Now, obviously, it wasn't the ending that everyone wanted, and that was the big disappointment. But having Pablo Marianas at the top of the lighthouse in an alternate dimension was really, really cool. And having Samantha, and especially the Samantha music boxes as well, such like little cool things like that made this map really memorable for me. And that's why I really, really enjoyed it. So for that, this map comes in at the number 15th spot. All right, guys, next up on the list is going to be Revelations. Now, this map was the last map in Black Ops 3, and it tied in so many previous maps into one map to make a cohesive map that actually flowed in surprisingly very, very well. I think that this map encompassed so many different things that we loved, and I really think the ending was probably the best ending for zombies that we've had, because not only did people hate it at the time, but people look back now and realize like, wow, that was such a good ending, and it really left everyone wondering what was going to happen next. And tying back to, you know, premise and all that sort of thing at the end of the cutscene, it was so cool to see. And this map had so many other things that were great about it, having a Panzer, having Marguez, the Thunder Gun, the Apothecon Servant. It was just a really, really cool map. I don't think it gets enough love that it deserves, because a lot of people are disappointed by it, but it comes in here at the number 14th spot. All right, guys, next up on the list is going to be a very controversial one, I think, for a lot of people, and that is Voyage of Despair, taking place on the freaking Titanic. And yes, it is the first Chaos map on the list. I think that this map was just so fun. I really, really dug everything that they did with this map. Having the actual food that people ate on the Titanic, on the plates, in the dining room was so cool. Like that, those little details are crazy. It has some other side Easter eggs which are really, really cool. The boss fight is fantastic, although you pretty much need the Hellion salvo for it. Just everything about this map I really enjoyed. I know a lot of people are not fans of it, but I think it's a really, really cool idea for a map, and that's why it comes in here at the number 13th spot. Next up on the list, guys, is going to be Dead of the Night. Now, I know this is another controversial one for a lot of you guys. A lot of people don't like Dead of the Night. I think that this map was so cool. It was very, very special as far as like what it actually had. Having the Nosferatus and the werewolves was really cool. Having the Alistair's Annihilator and the Folly and Chaos Theory, all those different iterations of this one weapon was so cool, and that you could get one for free, and you could also get it from the box, so everyone could get one as well. I just think that this wonder weapon was so good. And also like the other cool things that you could do, like the steak knife and all that sort of thing, and then you could get the crossbow as well to kill zombies with, and especially the Nosferatus in like one shot. I think that this map was really cool, although the crew was definitely lackluster, and everything about this map a lot of people didn't like. I personally really enjoyed it, and this is probably one of my favorite Black Ops 4 maps of all time, out of all of them. So that's why it comes in here at number 12. All right, guys, next up on the list is going to be 9. Now, 9 is another fantastic map in Black Ops 4. This is pretty much everyone's like favorite map for the most part, especially when the game came out. This was everyone's favorite out of all the maps that like came out when the game came out. Now, personally, I think that this map added a lot of really cool things. It had a lot of great features, And also, like, the Easter egg is really fun. Fighting against the mammoth zombies at the end was awesome, or the elephants. I thought that that was a very, very cool step as well. Having the, marauders and knights and even Blight Fathers made it a little bit crazy towards the end, but still, it's a very, very good map, and that's why it comes in here at the number 11 spot. All right, guys, so we've been through 19 maps so far, and we have 10 more to go. So coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be Darius / the Giant. This is the best survival map in Treyarch Zombies history, period. I don't care what anyone says. This map is so simple and so fun with friends, and even back in the day on Darius, you have the PPS stage, you have the Wonder Waff as well. It only sucks when you end up getting electrocuted on World at War because you lose Jug, which is a huge problem. But other than that, I think that this map is so cool. Everyone gets hyped, or were hyped, when this was announced as the bonus map that was going to be coming. And this was the first map that was remastered really in Zombies, besides the Black Ops 1 remasters with the World at War maps. So I really do think that this map is really good, and I really do enjoy it a lot, and that's why it comes in here at the number 10 spot. In the top 10, you also have to add another map that everyone has played, and that is Kino der Toten. This is by far the most played Zombies map of all time. I think Black Ops 1 is the most played Zombies game, and everyone remembers the theater. When you go and talk to people about Zombies, chances are they've played Kino. They always talk about, oh, I played Zombies before. I think I played on the theater map, and everyone says that, literally every single person. So Kino is just one of those maps that everyone has played, and it's a really fun survival map as well. I would say Darius is a little bit better, but Kino did add a lot more, and having the best Easter egg song as well, 115, and one of the best wonder weapons, the Thunder Gun as well. It's just a really good map, so it comes in at the number 9 spot. Coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be Moon. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with this map. I love it certain times, and other times I get really sick of playing it, especially when you don't get Excavator Pie, or the Wave Gun, or the QEDs, or the Gersh devices from the box. It can be very annoying, but other than that, I think that this map was really cool, especially for people that really enjoyed the storyline. Seeing Samantha for the first time, switching souls with Richtofen, and also blowing up the Earth, causing the events of transit, everything like that was really cool about the map. But a lot of people were also disappointed with the ending as well. So anyways, Moon comes in at the number 8 spot. Coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be Gorod Krovi. This map was freaking amazing. It was so cool having dragons flying around. The Easter egg is really awesome, fighting against the Ultimus Nikolai, and just all the Easter egg steps were really fun and well planned. Sophia is very annoying, in my opinion personally, and she didn't really need to be there, but still everyone embraced why she was there, and just the overall Easter egg I really enjoyed. Tying into Gersh, obviously being in Stalingrad, it was such a cool location in the middle of war-torn World War II. So other than that, I think that this map was really cool, and it kind of deserved to be here on the list, guys. It's one of the best Black Ops 3 maps and one of the best maps ever in Treyarch Zombies. Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be the most underrated map in Treyarch Zombies history, and that is Call of the Dead. This map introduced so many great things besides the VR11, but also it had the Scavenger, it had George Romero, and it was really the first celebrity cast, if we're not counting 5 with the presidents and also Fidel Castro and Robert McNamara. This map was just very great at what it did, and it was fun to survive. It had a solo Easter egg. It was the first one you could do solo, and the co-op Easter egg was different. It added more steps and was also very fun. So I think Call of the Dead was just a great map when it came out, and it still is one of my favorite maps, and I still go back and play it from time to time just to have fun playing zombies, which I don't get to do that often anymore. So Call of the Dead comes in at the number 6 spot. All right, guys, we're in the top 5, and coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be Ancient Evil. This map is, oh man, such a good map. I love Ancient Evil. I know a lot of people would not consider it a great map, but to be honest, I think Ancient Evil, besides probably Drak, has the best Easter egg boss fight of all time. It's so epic, and everything that ties back to Greek mythology on this map is just so cool, and that's why I really enjoy this map. I think it's by far one of the best. It has really cool wonder weapons with the hands and everything like that. It's just one of those maps that I think Treyarch was so good at creating. Now, they obviously missed out on a lot of things on the map. Like, they could have had a lot of different things that made it better, like a lot more side Easter eggs, but it didn't really need it. And it was a great way to end off the storyline for Chaos in Black Ops 4. Hopefully we'll see it again. But I just love Ancient Evil and everything about it. So it comes in here at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be Shadows of Evil. Shadows of Evil is just a masterpiece of a map. It aged like fine wine. Everyone didn't really like it at the start because they were skeptical of, having the Margwa and also the pests that go around and the meatballs and all that stuff. But this map definitely aged for a lot of people. The Apothecant Servant's the best wonder weapon in all of Zombies history. It's really good, and also it's just a ton of fun as well to play and go back and feel that classic vibe with the big band orchestral music. It's just so good. So that's why that map comes in here at the number 4 spot. I think a lot of you guys will kind of agree that it's definitely, without a doubt, a top 5 map all time. All right, guys, coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be Origins. Now, this one kind of interchanges between most people's like first or favorite map, or like one of the best maps for a lot of people. Origins just has such a good Easter egg following the Verkuda steps from the Black Ops 1 prison mission. It's just so good, man. Like, the staffs are awesome. Had a really tough boss, the Panzer, unless you had a staff, and then it's literally a joke. And having the Boom Hilda was really nice, and it was a great way to end off the Black Ops 2 storyline. And then having the cutscene, oh man, it was definitely one of those mind-boggling moments for me, and definitely a very memorable map. And it was the first map to have 4 different elemental weapons that everyone could have their hand at a good weapon, which was really cool as well. So that map comes in at the number 3 spot, definitely deserving Origins right up here. Coming in at the number 2 spot, without a doubt, is Drak. Now, Drak is most people's favorite map that started playing in Black Ops 3, but for me, it isn't. I think that Drak literally has a fantastic Easter egg. Having the wonder weapons is so awesome as well. Having so many side Easter eggs and blowing up the freaking moon. I mean, this map is without a doubt a masterpiece. Best map in Black Ops 3 by far. And still to this day, it's either 1 or 2 for me constantly. And sometimes I'm not sure of it, and other times I am sure that it's just such a good map. So it came in here at the number 2 spot, and I'm sure you guys already know what number 1 is. It's Mob of the Dead. If you've been watching my channel for any period of time, even like within the past week, I always talk about how good Mob of the Dead is. It's by far my favorite map. It's the reason I'm a zombies YouTuber. It's the reason I started playing zombies so much, because I loved every single aspect of this map. The weapons are so cool. The time period, the mobsters, going to the Golden Gate Bridge, being stuck in a cycle, the end boss fight against your friends. I mean, this map was so cool. Building the plane, flying, everything about this map was just awesome, and I really love it for everything that it is. So that's why Mob of the Dead comes in as the best zombies map in Treyarch Zombies history. So anyways, guys, that is going to be every single Treyarch Zombies map ranked from worst to best. Let me know if you guys disagreed. Also, remember to comment your top 10 favorite maps down below. You guys can tell me your top 10. And also, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy and watch the entire thing, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And also make sure to use code GregFPS for G Fuel if you guys are interested in buying anything from the G Fuel website, which will be linked down below. My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.